Hi, Assalamualaikum to everyone who are watching this video. My name is Muhammad Arif Irfan bin Muhammad Zamri from class DKA3B and my metric number is 11DKA19F1007. Today, our group will do a presentation about the process of sewage treatment plant.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Farhana binti Jamsari from DKA3B. My matrix number is 11 DKA 19F1019.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Haikal Nofal bin Hassan. Nombor matrik saya 11 DKA 19F1040.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Shahira binti Muslim from DKA3B. My matrix number is 11 DKA 19F1025.
Introduction of sewage treatment plant. Sewage treatment is the process of removing contaminants from wastewater and household sewage, both effluent and domestic. It includes physical, chemical, and biological processes to remove physical, chemical, and biological contaminants. Its objective is to produce an environmentally safe fluid waste stream and a solid waste suitable for disposal or reuse. Importance of sewage water treatment plant. To provide some degree of treatment to wastewater before it can be used for agricultural or landscape irrigation or for aquaculture. The principal objective of sewage treatment is generally allow human effluents to be disposed of without danger to human health. According to a research, a large number of people die from waterborne disease in most of the developing countries. Sources of wastewater: human waste, washing water, rainfall collected on hard standing and roof, domestic sources, direct ingress of river water, highway drainage, and industrial waste.
I am Shahira, want to present about preliminary treatment. The main objective of preliminary treatment is to remove gross solid such as plastic, clothes, can, dead body of animal and others, grease and fats from wastewater. Some of the treatment techniques applied for preliminary treatment purpose are such as screening, grit removal, and skimming. The first thing is screening. Screening is used to remove gross solid waste like plastic, clothes, dead animal from wastewater. For this purpose, wastewater is passed through a metal screen which consists of vertical or inclined steel bar, usually set 5 cm apart. The removed gross solid are disposed by burning or compositing. Secondly, the preliminary treatment is grit removal. The first thing is grit are small, non-biodegradable particles which are heavier than suspended organic matters. The secondly is grits are removed by carefully regulating the flow velocity of sewage in grit removal tank. The third is skimming. Skimming is the process of removal of fatty and oily material from sewage. In this method, sewage is placed in skimming tank and it is aerated from bottom so that fats and oils are collected at top of the liquid which are then removed by skimming. After the preliminary treatment is primary treatment. After removal of gross solid, grease and fats, next step in treatment is removal of remaining suspended solid as much as possible. The main objective of primary treatment is to reduce strength of sewage by removing suspended materials. Some common techniques applied for primary treatment of sewage are: the first thing is sedimentation. Sedimentation tank is used for removal of suspended solids and some organic matters. There are different types of sedimentation tank. Common example is rectangular horizontal flow tank. In this tank, sewage flow very slowly. Example is 1 to 2 feet per minute, such that solids present in wastewater settle at the bottom. Settled solids are periodically removed by slug scraper. This technique removes about 90% of suspended solid and about 40% of organic matter from sewage. Secondly, the primary treatment is mechanical flocculation. In this method, sewage is placed in a flocculation tank. Then, sewage is rotated at a speed of 0.43 minutes per second with the help of rotating pedals. While sewage rotates in circular motion, small-sized dissolved solids attach to each other to form large-sized solid and settle at the bottom, which is then removed out. The third is chemical flocculation. In this method, sewage is placed in coagulation tank and then some precipitating agent such as alum and added. Alum from precipitate of aluminium hydroxide, suspended solid attached to the precipitate such that size of precipitate increase gradually to settle down at bottom. The lastly of the primary treatment is neutralization. If sewage is highly acidic or basic, it is neutralized by adding base or acid to facilitate growth of microorganisms during secondary treatment process.
Hi everyone. Now I will tell you about secondary treatment. What is secondary treatment? Secondary treatment is a process that uses microorganisms to biologically remove contaminant from wastewater, or we simply say any process that uses biological action. This process can be aerobic or anaerobic, it utilizing different bacteria. Next, what is the function of secondary treatment? The function of secondary treatment to remove biological oxygen demand and dissolve and also colloidal suspended organic matter by biological action. Organics are converted to stable solids, carbon dioxide, and more organisms. In secondary treatment, there are 4 processes in order to process wastewater, which is trickling filters, oxidation ponds, activated sludge, and the last one, rotating biological contactor. First process is trickling filters. We also know trickling filters as percolating filters or sprinkling filters. This process is a fixed-film biological treatment method designed to remove biological oxygen demand and suspended solid. It is an attached growth process where wastewater is distributed over a fixed bed of media, such as rocks, gravel, and plastic substrate. The wastewater flows downward over the media surface where microorganisms form a layer of biomass and consume contaminants in the water. Commonly, trickling filters used for biological treatment of domestic sewage and industrial wastewater. Trickling filters having 4 major components, which is first, tank. That the filter medium used is stones, ceramic materials, and coals. Second, wastewater distributor that allow uniform water flow over the filter medium. Next is under drain system that collect the treated water and biological mass that has been sloughed from the biofilm material. Last is clarifier, and also called humus tank, to separate solids from treated water. The advantage using trickling filters are easy operation, low maintenance, and reliability. And disadvantage of using trickling filters are heavy organic load leads to filter clogging, leads to excessive growth of bacteria, and leads to less oxygen availability organism. Next process is oxidation ponds. We also know oxidation ponds as facultative ponds which use both aerobic and anaerobic process. Oxidation ponds are typically large, shallow earthen basins that provide adequate residence time for the wastewater to be treated naturally by both bacteria and algae. Oxidation ponds or lagoons are secondary wastewater treatment method mainly used in rural areas. Ponds can be used as the sole type of treatment, or they can be used in conjunction with other form of wastewater treatment. Oxidation ponds have 3 zones. First is upper aerated zone. Second is middle facultative zone. Last is lower anaerobic zone. The advantage using oxidation ponds process are economical and no need of skilled labours. But disadvantage of using this process are sometimes it unpleasant odor and mosquito breeding, and this process require large area to operate. Next process is activated sludge. The microbes use the organic molecules to synthesize new cells and oxidize end products that include carbon dioxide and water. Activated sludge is a suspended growth aerobic biological process in which microorganisms remove carbonaceous matter from the wastewater in aerobic environment. Wastewater is aerated in an aeration tank for a period of 6 to 10 hours. Aeration will encourage the growth of bacteria and bacterial oxidation of organic material. Wastewater rich in organic blend with return sludge rich in microorganism is called mixed liquid. Activated sludge is the most common used modern process for biological treatment. Majority of bacteria present in activated sludge is heterotrophic, includes Zuglia. Activated sludge have essential units of the process, which is first, an aeration tank is based on pumping into a tank that promotes the microbial growth in wastewater. Second is a secondary settling tank that functions to produce a clear effluent. The advantage for activated sludge process are less space compared to biological filter, low cost, and efficient treatment system for sewage and excess sludge has higher fertilizer value. The disadvantage for activated sludge process are time consuming and power consumption high. Last process is rotating biological contactor. The function of this process to remove biological oxygen demand and suspended solids. It is similar to occurring in the trickling filter. Rotating biological contactor is an attached growth process consisting of a series of closely spaced parallel discs mounted on a rotating shaft which is partially submerged in the wastewater being treated. Microorganisms grow on the surface of the disc where aerobic biological degradation of the wastewater pollutant take place. Rotating biological contactor, also known as rotating biological filters. This process fixed film moving medium used as digester. Rotating biological contactor are fixed bed reactor consisting of stack of rotating disc mount on a horizontal shaft. This process used in conventional wastewater treatment plant as secondary treatment after primary sedimentation of domestic grey or black water or any biodegradable effluent. These discs were 40 to 60% submerged in wastewater and rotate slowly. The advantage of using this process are short residence time, need less space, and it has high biological oxygen demand removal efficiency. And the disadvantage using this process are disposal of sludge form is a major problem. Odor formation and rotating biological contactor operation require skilled labours.
For slug treatment, first one is thickening. Thickening of a slug increase its solid content, reduce the volume of free water, and thickening is a first step to reduce slug water content. Second is dewatering. Digested slug removed from the digested is still mostly liquid, used to reduce volume by removing the water to permit easily handling and economical reuse or disposal. The process does not treat the sludge, it only separated solid from liquid pipe. Sludge disposal method. First one is a lagoon and landfill. Can reveal undisgusted primary sludge. Landfill are the unlimited disposal location for dry sludge. Can be economically depending on the whole distance for the wastewater treatment plant to the landfill. Second, ocean dumping. Dumping waste in the ocean, estuaries or inland lakes is regulated by emission standard for abating pollution of the ocean. The concept of infinite ocean has given way to the reality that the ocean is a limited and valuable resource. Third is spray irrigation. Modification of the system used in agriculture for irrigation crops. The disposal of liquid rate that's providing moisture and nutrient to have stable crops. After treatment and grease removal, the system spray with water.
Conclusion: wastewater is used water. It includes substances such as human waste, food scraps, oils, soaps, and chemicals. In homes, this includes water from sinks, showers, bathtubs, toilets, washing machine, and dishwasher. Beside daily life, business and industries also contribute their share of used water that must be cleaned. It shows that water treatment is an important process. Other than that, quality water helps us to prevent from any disease or harm. In a nutshell, we should appreciate that we live under a better environment. So, don't waste even a single drop of water.